Hi there. Today I'm going to be talking about Gantt charts. One of the requirements of the Unit 2 Developing a Marketing Campaign Part B is that in that session you will be required to produce a Gantt chart. It's worth up to 4 marks for you, and as you can see from the mark scheme here, if your timescale is thorough and entirely realistic into the context of the plan, the exam board will award you up to 4 marks. Not a lot of marks, you might think, but those 4 marks could make a difference between getting a pass and a merit, or a merit and a distinction. So it's absolutely vital you watch the video, understand the purpose of Gantt charts and why you're required to do one. So let's quickly look at the purposes of a Gantt chart. A Gantt chart is a project management tool assisting in the planning and scheduling of projects of all sizes. Now, you're not required to put together a very complex Gantt chart, but you are required to put one together, and obviously we are going to only put a simple Gantt chart together for our marketing campaign. Here's an example Gantt chart. You have a list of tasks that go down on the left hand side: planning, research, design, implementation, following up, and then along the top there you've got some dates: January, February, March, and so on. And then the highlighted blue areas are just the areas where those particular tasks are actually taking place. It is not a complex thing to do. This video is just showing you how to put together your Gantt chart for the marketing campaign. We're going to look at how to create a Gantt chart in Word, remembering that in the controlled assessment you'll be typing up Part B in Word, and you will need to then produce a Gantt chart in Word. So this video is just showing you how to do that. There's a couple of things that you need to think about prior to starting your Gantt chart though when you're doing Part B. For example, how many weeks is my marketing campaign? If it's 1 week, 5 weeks, 10 weeks, 15 weeks, will determine the number of columns that you are going to need in your Gantt chart. Also, you need to know and have an awareness of what's actually going to happen during your marketing campaign and when. For example, the launch of a TV campaign in weeks 2 to 6, or the release of the social media in weeks 1 to 3 will all be highlighted on your Gantt chart. In basic terms, by creating a Gantt chart, you're giving somebody a visual overview of what your marketing campaign schedule will look like. Let's quickly look at how to create a Gantt chart in Word. So here's a screenshot from Word, and under the Insert tab, you can go to Insert Table and draw out basically the number of columns and rows that you require. To add more rows to your Gantt chart, you just press the Tab key on the keyboard. You can then format your table so it looks like this. So you will put the number of weeks across the top row and the tasks in the left-hand column. You should think about formatting and how that would look. So for example, shading that top row is quite good because it looks good. It makes the week numbers stand out clearly, shows the examiner that you know exactly the number of weeks that the Gantt chart needs to be. And if you highlight and shade in the tasks down the left hand side, can also indicate to the examiner that you're a professional and you know how to produce a Gantt chart. You add in the number of weeks along the top and the tasks down the left hand column. You can also shade those by just going over to the Design tab, and you can shade your rows and columns by going to the Design tab and clicking on Shading. So the next step of a Gantt chart is just to add in your tasks. And as you can see from my example marketing campaign, I've got my tasks that we're going to be doing during the marketing campaign on the left hand side there. So I've got a TV campaign, leaflet drops, social media posts on Facebook, TikTok, farmers market because my marketing campaign is related to food, radio adverts and taster days. So this is how I'm going to be launching and promoting my particular products. And across the top there I've got the number of weeks. Gantt charts should be nicely formatted and easy for the examiner to follow. So here it is, a completed Gantt chart showing when tasks will be completed in particular weeks. You've got the task down the left hand side there, the week numbers going across the top row, and then highlighted in yellow is when that particular task is going to be taking place. So for example, the TV campaign will be on television during weeks 1, 4 and 7. I'll be doing leaflet drops in weeks 1, 2 and 5, And for example, I got the radio adverts in the first 4 weeks of my marketing campaign. It's a great visual overview to share with people so people understand what's going to be done and completed and by when. Few final tips for full marks. Make sure that your Gantt chart is nicely presented and easy for the examiner to follow. Remember, you're trying to get 4 marks from this. If you present your Gantt chart in the way that it is on the left hand side there, I can see no reason why they won't award you the 4 marks as long as it ties back in nicely to your actual marketing campaign. Make sure that it links back to your marketing objectives and it's logical. And also vital one for you is to have a go at trying to create a Gantt chart for yourselves prior to the exam. That's it. Good luck. That's a little video on Gantt charts. Thank you for watching.